Hello and welcome to Kept in Her Heart, where we talk about all things faith-related. I'm your host, Jenny Fuchs. Today we are at the shrine of Our Lady of Champion, or Our Lady of Good Help, where Mary appeared to Sister Adele back in the 1800s, and she gave her a message: teach the children and bring people to the faith. And so I want to show you all that there is to see here. It is an amazing location, and it's the first and only approved Marian apparition in the United States. So it's very special, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Our Lady of Champion, previously known as Our Lady of Good Help, is the first and only approved Marian apparition site in the United States. It came from simple and humble beginnings. It started when Sister Adele Brise saw an apparition. But we must back up. Adele and her family were originally from Belgium. Even from a young age, Adele was devoted to mission and catechesis. She wanted to become a sister at a convent in Champion, Belgium. But before she could, her parents decided to emigrate to the United States, specifically to Wisconsin, where they were promised fertile farmland. On arrival, all was not as easy as they'd been promised. It was a hard life, and there were many woods and trees that they had to cut through in order to make the farmland. One day, when Adele was walking through these woods making a delivery, she saw a beautiful woman clothed in white, with 12 stars on her head and a yellow sash around her waist, but she didn't say anything. This happened a second time on October 9th, when Adele was on her way to Mass. Adele told the priest about the vision, who advised her to ask if she saw it again, "In God's name, who are you, and what do you want of me?" On the way back from Mass, Adele saw the lady a third time in exactly the same place. This time, she was with two companions who could not see the vision, but Adele asked her the questions that the priest had told her to ask. The lady responded, "I am the Queen of Heaven, who prays for the conversion of sinners, and I wish you to do the same. You received Holy Communion this morning, and that is well, but you must do more." Adele responded, the way many of us should, "What more can I do, dear lady?" Make a general confession and offer communion for the conversion of sinners. If they do not convert and do penance, my son will be obliged to punish them. The lady told Adele to teach the children how to approach the sacraments, to make the sign of the cross and their catechism, and that she would help her in all things. In that time, there were not enough priests in Wisconsin to teach the faith to the children properly. It was growing so fast. So Adele did as the lady commanded. She gathered other women, and they went out into the countryside, teaching the children. They would teach them in their homes, and they would help do tasks around the house. It began to blossom and grow until finally, with the community, they were able to build a chapel and a wooden schoolhouse on the site of the apparition. 12 years after the first vision, on October 8th, 1871, there was the Great Fire of 1871 that was set ablaze in northeastern Wisconsin. It was also known as the Great Peshtigo Fire. 1.3 million acres were burned. 1,500 to 2,500 people died that night. But Adele stayed and prayed at the site of the apparition. Eventually, others fled to that same place for protection because it was not on fire. The people grabbed a statue of Our Lady and began processing around the fenced-in grounds, praying the rosary. This continued all night long, and the fire came up to the very fence line, but it would not cross it. It actually went all around the grounds. It burned the outside of the fence posts, but not the inside. The inside, the holy grounds, were completely unscathed. The only livestock to survive the fire were the cattle that the farmers led to the chapel. While many deeper wells in the area went dry, the chapel's shallow well gave the cattle enough water to survive the heat. The Belgian pioneers needed no more proof of Mary's promises. They knew for sure she would protect them. Father Peter Pernin describes it this way: After hours of horror and suspense, the heavens sent relief in the form of a downpour. The fervent prayers to the Mother of God were heard. The fire was extinguished, but dawn revealed the ravages brought by the conflagration. Everything about them was destroyed, miles of desolation everywhere. But the convent, school, and chapel on the Holy Land consecrated to the Virgin Mary shone like an emerald isle in a sea of ashes. Sometime later, Adele suggested and got approval to rename the nearby town where the chapel was from Robbinsville to Champion, after the town in Belgium where she intended to become a sister. Adele died at the age of 66 in the year 1896. The present-day center of the grounds is built on the site of the Apparition and the original chapel. It was built in 1941. In Apparition Oratory, you can find not only where the apparition took place, and a prayerful place to sit and to contemplate the great mysteries and feel the peace of the heavenly presence. You can also light candles there, offering your prayers to God, and see the many relics, including relics of the True Cross, the 12 Apostles, many other saints, and relics of the trees that Mary originally appeared between. In the back, there are also many crutches, testament to all the people who received healing miracles at this site. Just outside the oratory, you will find the gravesite of Sister Adele. Behind this, you will find the 5 beautiful acres where the procession was that kept the fire at bay in 1871. It now contains grottos, a rosary walk, and stations of the cross. You can go on the rosary walk yourself, where they have the mysteries of the rosary listed on the sides, or you can join one of their regular processions around the grounds. The stations of the cross fill the middle with a stunning crucifix found at the end. In the Mother of Mercy Hall, they have larger masses and gatherings, occasionally food for groups, and the beautiful Eucharistic healing Mass offered at the end of every month. There are several shrines around the ground, including a St. Joseph Shrine and Our Lady of Fatima Shrine. In the Welcome Center, you will find rich history and many artifacts, including letters of healings and miracles, and canes and crutches that were left behind. There are nearly 500 Marian shrines located on 5 continents. However, the Catholic Church has officially approved and recognized only a small number of these shrines as Marian apparition sites. December 8, 2010 is when the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help here in Champion, Wisconsin, became the only church-confirmed appearance of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the United States. Interestingly, this apparition occurred around the same time as Our Lady of Lourdes apparition in France. The original schoolhouse building from Adele's time still stands. You can walk through there, where you will also find the cafe and gift shop. And the gift shop is beautiful, and in a way, it continues Adele's mission of catechesis, teaching the people about the faith and about Our Lady. My family and I traveled here with some friends, and we found it to be very refreshing and uplifting. My son and I in particular both felt a holy presence. The entire shrine is beautiful and well worth the visit. The process to investigate the cause for canonization of Sister Adele is now underway. It was formally kicked off on June 14th of 2024. Sister Adele and Our Lady of Champion, pray for us. Thanks for watching.